Hello, good afternoon, namaskar. In the 19th century, a US firm offered $10,000 to someone who could provide an alternative to elephant ivory. Sounds strange? Reason? The sports? Billiards. In the 19th century, elephant ivory was used to manufacture billiard boards, combs, trinkets, piano keys, etc. The rising popularity of the sport had put a strain on the supply of elephant ivory. This is what led to the invention of the miracle material plastic. In the 19th century, plastic was made from plants, but in the early 20th century, first fully synthetic plastic was made. The discovery was revolutionary. Plastic was inexpensive, strong, durable, lightweight, a good insulator, flexible, and could be molded into almost anything. It instantly became the material of 1,000 uses, and then there was no looking back. According to the author Susan Frankel, in product after product, market after market, plastic challenged the traditional materials and won, taking the place of steel in cars, paper and glass in packaging, and wood in furniture. And this is how plastic found its way into our lives, and we became addicted to it. Isn't it interesting that something that was invented to solve our problems is now a big problem for us? What are the issues with plastic? First, mindless consumption. Let me give you an example. Suppose a person has an infection and is prescribed antibiotics by the doctor. The person recovers. So the antibiotics worked great, right? What if the person starts feeling that this antibiotic is a superfood for health and he consumes the same antibiotic unregulated? What will happen? This is exactly what has happened with plastic. Plastic has gone from the stage of use to overuse and now to abuse. Human tendencies, we often find it difficult to put a full stop. According to a United Nations report, we produce 400 million tons of plastic every year. And if we do not slow down, the global production of plastic is forecasted to reach 1,100 million tons every year by 2050. Second problem with plastic. Around 36% of all plastic produced is single-use plastic. It is the plastic that is discarded just after one single use, sometimes within minutes of use. Some of the studies show that 1 million plastic bottles are bought every single minute across the globe, and 5 trillion plastic bags are used every year. When I put all these bags together, they're enough to cover an area twice the size of France. We all can imagine. This is just one annual production. Plastic bottles, plastic bags, food wrappers, cigarette butts, and plastic disposables. These are all single-use plastic items. Third problem with plastic, improper disposal. Now that the plastic has been used and discarded, it has to be disposed of somewhere. So, plastic industry brought in recycling. Unfortunately, less than 10% of all plastic produced is recycled. The rest ends up on a landfill site, oceans, rivers, sewer drains, consumed accidentally by plant, animals, livestock, and sea creatures. Now, this has found its way into our bodies through our food chain. Just because a plastic product is recyclable doesn't guarantee its recycling. Reasons? People mixed recyclable plastic with food waste, making it unfit for recycling. Improper collection and littering are also some of the reasons why recyclable products are not recycled. We are sending 12 million metric tons of plastic to the ocean every single year. The epitome of plastic waste is the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, which spreads across 1.6 million square kilometers, thrice the size of France. Fourth, and a big problem with plastic is that it doesn't decompose. It breaks down into minute fragments called microplastics. And you may be shocked to know that microplastics have been found in the air we breathe, the drinking water, table salt, and even in the breast milk. These microplastics have been linked to infertility, inflammation, cancers, and many other diseases in animals and wildlife. Health outcomes in humans are yet not fully known, but we all can imagine it. So now that we know the problem, what is the solution? Is the solution stopping the use of plastics? Well, even if we all want, we just can't stop using plastic, at least not in the near future. Then what can we do to control this menace? We must change the way we produce, use, and dispose of plastic. The first and the best way is reduce. Going back to the example of antibiotics, use only when needed. Use only when there is no substitute. And we can easily cut down on our single-use plastic consumption this way. Much to our relief, small lifestyle changes can make a big difference, like carrying a water bottle from home, carrying a cloth bag from home. You may even consider carrying a small bamboo or a steel cutlery set in your bag. Segregate your waste. Separate your recyclable waste from the compostable food waste. Stop littering. Purchase reusable items instead of disposable items. Use bars instead of bottles. Buy plastic-free toiletries and daily use items like bamboo toothbrushes, bamboo combs. Organize and participate in cleanup drives and plugging. Stop smoking. Eat, live, dress, shop, and travel sustainably and mindfully. Measure your daily consumption of single-use plastic items and note it down somewhere. If you make conscious efforts, you will see it reducing day by day. It's an amazing feeling. Once you succeed, please try and help others also to adopt the same. If one person convinces 5, and these 5 further influence 25, it will have a multiplying effect. And soon, we can convert it into a mass movement. And that is the only way to solve the problem. But why should you do it? Why should you do it? You should do it for your own self, for your family, your friends and loved ones who will suffer if things don't improve. You should do it as a moral responsibility towards the society. Look at the soldiers who sacrifice their lives for the sake of nation. What do we do for the nation? We need to introspect. If I tell you that these small lifestyle changes can make a big contribution towards nation building, will you do it? Yeah? You may be wondering, what difference can you make if you alone adopt these changes? Let me answer that too. It's a very frequently asked question. So if you alone adopt these changes, you will end up saving up to 500 plastic bags, over 150 plastic bottles, and hundreds of plastic straws every single year. You alone can avoid 4,000 kilograms of garbage going to the landfill site or to the oceans. So you matter. Please adopt these small changes, educate and inspire others also to do so. You may not succeed overnight, but if you keep working, you will make a difference. I too started my journey alone. I'm not a waste management expert. Just one odd day realized that I'm a waste generator. Yeah? And that was when I decided to be a part of the solution. A solution for myself and a solution for others too. It was not easy to change my deep-rooted habits, but conscious efforts made it happen. I started carrying my water bottle. I started carrying a cloth bag in my purse and 3 in my car at all times. Yeah? So small changes go a real long way. Then I had an urge to help my family and friends also adopt these changes. The urge grew stronger now to change strangers also. But it's very difficult to change people's behavior. In association with Municipal Corporation of Delhi, we started visiting and meeting RWAs, market associations, schools, colleges, offices, religious institutions to motivate people to adopt these changes. During our market studies, we came across various reasons why people don't switch to a cloth bag. Just for an example, I was coming back from work and was not carrying a cloth bag with me. The cloth bag wasn't available in the market. I have many cloth bags at home, but I forget to carry. I'm buying stuff worth rupees 50 only. Why should I spend 20 on a cloth bag? Quite genuine reasons, right? Shopkeepers had their own reasons too. We have to give an inexpensive solution to our consumers to carry their stuff back, and plastic bags seems to be the best solution. If we press them to bring their own bag or buy a cloth bag, they switch to another store and we lose business. Now, we needed to solve these issues. So we started brainstorming. First of all, we needed a pocket-friendly, eco-friendly, good quality alternative in the market. So we considered establishing cloth bag stores in the market, but that required space and manpower to run it. And this meant a huge cost for a very small product, cloth bag, which would at the end of the day become expensive. So what if the existing shops start selling the cloth bags also? So the cost comes down drastically, but still there is a cost attached to it, and many wouldn't want to spend that. What if we ask them to borrow a bag against a small deposit and give them an option of returning the bag and taking a total refund? Great. So if we have such stores in all markets, the problem is solved to a great extent. We started with a couple of stores. We devised a QR code and placed this QR code in each of our cloth bag. Now this QR code would take the scanner to the list and addresses of all such stores. And this gave them the flexibility of returning the cloth bag across any of these stores. It got better and better. We started using reject fabric and export surplus fabrics to make the bags. We engaged women from the lesser privileged section to stitch the bags for us. The project took up extremely well. It saves the environment, provides livelihood, empowers women, and also helps us manage the discarded fabric. With over 300 stores, and 50,000 cloth bags in circulation now, we've managed to have a significant impact. Yeah? So we reached to a great solution. Every problem comes with a solution. If we analyze the problem well and are determined to solve it, we can reach to the most amazing solutions. And these are the solutions that will change the world. Each one of you is capable of doing that. So realize your potential. You do not need solutions. You are the solution. Get up and make this world a better place. Jai Hind.